Hello, 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 and welcome to my live stream. Stefan, you're with us, I think, aren't you? Say hello in chat. Oh, I've been so busy for the last 2 days. Hello, Stefan. I've been very busy the last few days. We've gotten back to school, so I've been teaching face-to-face with extra precautions, 2 meter distance and everything. And that's been difficult. My feet aren't used to standing that much, so my feet are really tired. But it's been great being back. I've missed it a lot. So how are you doing? Everything's okay with you, I hope. It's warm. It's very warm today. I went for a run yesterday and I was just wearing my sweatpants and a t-shirt. I didn't need anything else, and that was late in the evening and it was still really warm. So it's getting there. Summer is coming. Not winter, but summer. That's a good thing. I'm looking forward to it. The sad thing is that we won't get any of the festivals. That's not so fun. But of course, we know why. Still sad. Okay, so today I wanted to create my own custom chat overlay for the chat down here, and for what is it over here, for the follower, and possibly, I'm not a Twitch affiliate yet, but once I become a Twitch affiliate, I would like to be able to have subscribers, and that event, the subscription event, should also pop in and show on my stream. So I want to make that overlay and make it custom, and I want to make use of the bot that I made last week, the Twitch bot that I made with tmi.js. And I'm a little curious as to how I could do that, because I haven't actually tried anything like that before, so this is a new thing for me. So that's going to be exciting. But yeah, this is my nondescript soda drink. So don't get into any brand trouble. Yeah. Oh, you can try, by the way, that's a thing I made last week. If you write the command joke, exclamation point joke in chat, then the bot will answer with a random joke from a joke API. Not all of them are good, but I mean, some of them are okay. So a few of them made me laugh last time. So go ahead and try that. See if the bot works. It should work. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it because I want to see it do it. Okay, then I'm just going to do it. Exclamation point joke. Why couldn't the kids see the pirate movie? Because it was rated R. Yeah, that's a joke. Okay, let's hop over to the code that I'm running. This is the bot that I made last week, and it's just like 60 lines of code. It's not that much, but I'm using the TMI JS thing, and then just Axios to get the joke from an API. That was a fairly easy thing. The difficult thing that I made was a what should we call that, a spam sort of I don't know if did I even make that finished. I don't really remember. I don't think I did. But a spam protection, so you couldn't write too many messages too quickly. Then it would be spam. But I don't think I finished that one. But I'll get back to that. That's to do. Spam filter. Okay, so I want to try and create this overlay, and in order to do that, this runs on the backend, so this is run with a node command, and I just want to run this through. I want to run the overlay that you can see on screen. I want to run that through a live server, so that's just going to be like the front end. Okay. Oh, I put a timeout on it. You can only ask for a joke every, 10 minutes. If I just restart that's not what I wanted to do. Oops. If I restart the app, then you can do it again. So try now. I think you should be able to get a joke now. I ate a clock yesterday. It was so time consuming. Yeah, that's a joke apparently. Super Zero, welcome to the chat. Welcome to my stream. Who are you? Do I know you? No, you didn't make it, sorry. Who is Super Zero? Say hello. Tell everybody where you're from. Danske backend and frontend. Is that a group? Or is it like a company? If it's a company, I haven't heard about it before. But that's maybe my that's just my inexperience. I've not heard about that before though. Oh, you shared the channel on Facebook. Lille Larsen shared the channel on Facebook. Oh, so Danske Backend or Frontend is okay, I get it. It's a Facebook group. Okay. Thanks for the share, and welcome to my channel, Super Zero. I'm Danish, so I could be doing this in Danish, but other people are hopefully going to join in and watch this who don't speak Danish, so I'm just going to keep it English. I hope that's okay with you, but thank you so much for joining. Let us get to it, shall we? I want to create a chat filter, not a chat filter, a chat overlay for the screen, so that you can see your own chats like the one that's already there, but I want to use my own bot for it, and an event sort of overlay that pushes events in on screen whenever somebody subscribes or follows me or stuff like that. So I'm going to be spending my time on that today, and you are of course very welcome to just ask questions and give me some suggestions as to how I can do things and what I could be doing with the thing that I'm trying to make today. So every comment in chat is welcome, and I'll be reading them up as you write them, so we get them in the recording. Right. So TMI is just the bot script, and I'm missing a server for the backend and socketio to communicate with the front end. So I am going to I'm going to try and mess a bit with that today. I haven't made a lot with socketio. I've made a few things for fun, and I've taught making a chat app once with socketio, but that was a while ago. So I'm not really that I'm not that used to that library, but we'll see how it goes. I'll go to the documentation a lot and see how that what that can tell us. Super Serious says, I do not know much Node myself, but I do make a lot of Python stuff. Python is an excellent language. I love Python. It's just such a clean language, and you can do pretty much everything we're doing here, except that you have to run it on the server. It's kind of a server-side language. You can't really run Python in the browser, and that's why we stick to JavaScript. But I do love Python, and it's good for all the science stuff. There's so many libraries for Python to do all the computer science-y stuff. Oh, that's a lot of ginger. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to stop the bot, and then I need to install some dependencies. Express and socketio, I think it is. Or is it .io? Okay, can't remember. Let's go to the docs. .io. Okay, that makes sense. Socket.io. Probably there's like a small example somewhere. How to use. How to use with Express, or do we even need Express? I could just use the HTTP library or module. I'm probably gonna do that. Const IO required, set it to server, and then yeah, I'm gonna do that. Right, so don't even need Express. That's good to know. Super Serious says, yeah, I teach Python in most of my programming 101 lessons. No need to explain public static void main to newbies. Exactly. Well, that's kind of the same that you don't have to do in with like C# and those types of languages, Java and stuff like that. You definitely have to know about those things, and that's just confusing for newcomers. But JavaScript and Python, in that way, it's just so easily accessible. The entry level to understanding how you can make something simple with either Python or JavaScript is really, really good. That's one of the reasons I like it so much. The one thing that I think is a difficulty with Python is that the syntax is so strict. With JavaScript, you can just do whatever. JavaScript doesn't care, almost. But Python, you have to be very strict about your line, new lines and indentations and all that. But yeah. Okay, we've installed socketio. What else do we need? I'm gonna install some nodemon, just because I don't want to restart everything all the time. Nodemon or nodemon. Let's just make a start script right away. There we go. Super Serious says, well, that's a matter of opinion. New lines you can get away with, but indentations is really only the hard syntax. But I get what you mean. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you just gotta know what you do and then go with it. And some explanations is, you don't even need the explanations. You just need to know that's how it is, and then just do it. That's the same for both languages, so that's a good thing about the language. npm start, and we've got the bot running. Fantastic. You can even see your chat down here as we code, if it doesn't. Misses. Super Serious says exactly. Yeah. All right. What did the thing over here say? So we're going to make a server, and then we're going to require socketio, and we're going to instantiate it with the server object. And then we can do stuff like that. I wonder if it's going to be available at the front end if we declare it like that. We'll see. So I want to make, okay, I'll just pull it in from up here somewhere. Const server equals require HTTP, and const io equals require socketio, and instantiate it with the server object as an argument. Okay, so what do we have now? IO on connection. I don't know if we should do that, or maybe we can just have the. Okay, I'm gonna do it here. Was it connection or connect? Connection. Okay. Client. There. And then we can make the on event, and then just run the various functions. So client on event, wasn't it? On event, yeah. Run some function, parse event, perhaps, I don't know. Oh, oops. What is wrong here? Oh, right. We need data. Okay. There we go. And wasn't there another one? There was disconnect. I'm not going to be worried with that right now because it's a local server. It's not production stuff that I'm making, so it's not really that important. Oops, there's a semicolon missing there. So let's see. We can also send events, but can we do that? Ooh. Maybe we should wrap the entire. That's going to be a problem. I've got both the TMI client and the IO client named client, so we need some way of distincting them or telling them from each other. So I'm going to name them TMI client and IO client. What else do we have here? Yeah, okay. Oops, there's one there. And then this one is going to be IO client. I don't know if I even need. Maybe everything until here is wrapped in the on connection, but I'm using it. Oops, sorry, but I'm using it outside. Can I even do that? Can I send an event without being in the connection thing? That's a good question. Gotta keep track of those variables, yeah. Maybe I could just. Then this is going to. Where do I define client? That's a new TMI client. That's because it's an instantiation of the object, so I'm not actually sure I can do something like IO on event. Let's see if it will recognize anything here. Oh, okay. I will try. But that's not the maybe we want to do something different first. This is going to be a bit of a this did not work. TMI client is not defined. Of course it isn't. That's because of this one. And then here. There we go. Okay, didn't break too much. I'm not sure I like this. What I'm considering is, do I need to wrap the TMI client inside the connection event of the IO client? I want to avoid that. I want to be able to split this code up later into little fractions. So I don't want to have everything wrapped in everything else. That's going to be a big messy pile of code. I don't want that. So I'm going to read a bit more on the docs and see if we can do something with Express perhaps. Starting with 3.0 Express applications can request handler functions that you can pass to HTTP or HTTP server instances. You need to pass the server to socketio and not the Express application function. Also make sure to call listen on the server, not the app. So where do I need app? Okay. Possibly I'm going to try with with the Express thing. I'm just going to forget this for a moment. Still going to keep the TMI client because it's just clearer what I'm doing here. Whoa, TMI clients, that is not correct. There. Yeah, I don't know. Did I miss something? Got a point with keeping track of your variables, or did I miss a message? I'm good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, TMI.client, that was wrong. Oh yeah, exactly. Thank you. Super Zero says he wrote line 29, is that supposed to be TMI.client or TMI client camel case? And it's of course supposed to be camel case. So thank you for that. Good catching the errors. You're my intelligence today, or my linter. I am going to install Express anyway. Oh. Because I still need a front end. I'm not building a separate backend, so I'm building this thing into the server is going to be HTTP, and Super Zero says I call it live debugging. Yeah, exactly, live debugging. Hi Kumar, welcome to my stream. You've been. This is like the second time you've been on my stream, isn't it? And that's the same thing for Stefan, I think, too. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too. Kind of late, but okay. Yeah, it's not really that late. What time is it? It's only like 20 minutes late. And I haven't really gotten that far. I'm just messing around with trying to figure out how I'm going to build this small thing that I'm making today. So you didn't miss very much. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here. Let's get Express in as well. Oh, we're just gonna instantiate it right away. So the server, we can just create a server right away with the app. And then how did I pass it in? What are you making? I am, Kumar asks what I'm making. I'm making a chat overlay for my stream. Like the overlay that you see now that has the every message. I want to make my own because this is just the Streamlabs thing that they give us. And I want to make my own so that it looks cool in the way I want it to be. And I want to do more stuff with it as we progress. Maybe I can from my own panel here I can select one comment that people wrote in chat and then have it highlighted on screen, so while I talk about it, it's still highlighted on screen, so it just doesn't just disappear while we're talking. And I also want to do like the up in the corner it says whenever somebody subscribes. So I want to have that do something special too, maybe even with some sound or something. So that's what I'm gonna experiment with a bit today. So it's just fun stuff. It's nothing serious or anything. Okay. IO requires server. Didn't I do that already? IO server. Yeah. Okay. And then on connection, do your stuff and get the server to listen on a port. And then I'm also going to make a public folder, expose a public folder for my my thing. Oh, let me just start the application again. There. All right. We have, what do we have going up here? I'm just gonna do it up here. IO on connection. Just gonna leave that here for now. Do something, whatever. Do stuff. Nothing important right now. And then that was the, I need to do that on the app. Oh, gee, I forgot how to use that. Isn't that Express static? Yeah, it is. I still need Express. Okay. Yeah, we need to, but I did that. I'm going to do that here, and then here I need to, I'm just going to make a static folder there, and just public. Because oops, what went wrong here? Unexpected end of input. What is that? Oh, right. Oh, can't make a comment over here. There we go. Right, and then I want the server to listen. And that's the server, of course. What port should we use? I'll let you decide. What port should we use? Anybody has any suggestions? 3,000. Okay, 3,000. as like the standard 4444. 4 fours. 3000 is kind of the standard, so I'm just gonna do, because this is more fun. I don't know. Right. Let's see if something is working. Cannot get. Fantastic. Right, let's put in a new folder, public. And let's just have an index. And the classic. It works. Fantastic. All right. Now I want to expose IO to the front end, and I'm actually not certain if it even is exposed already, or if I need to do something extraordinary. And I'm going to cheat. You're going to catch me live cheating. Yo, well, what else do we write? I mean, it's been had, hasn't it? Is it over here? We've got the chat app. No, it's not. Is it here? Nope, that's not where it is. Hello, Baki. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. Could I explain a bit about framework? I hear about it a lot, but I don't understand it. Do you mean the Express framework, or are we talking about other frameworks or frameworks in general? But I'd be glad to explain if I can explain, of course. And also, where are you from? Where in the world are you from? Denmark, okay. Probably saw the link in a Facebook chat then. Yeah. Yep. All right, that's cool. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, if you could just specify what you mean. Do you mean the Express framework, or do you mean like frameworks in general, or I'm just trying to understand what I need to answer. General frameworks. Okay. So we've got this language JavaScript, which is basically just a bunch of syntax and native functions that are native to that language. And when we have to, you're both in the same country. Yeah, there's a few from Denmark here today. Sorry, I'm interrupting myself from reading from the chat. Kumar says you're both in the same country, the same cool country. Well, it's sort of hot today, but not as hot as in India, I suppose. Anyway, JavaScript is just a language that has a lot of functionality, like the if-else syntax, and the whole idea about where do we have something like event listeners, events that we can manage with callback functions and stuff like that. And then we have all the frameworks, and frameworks are meant to make tasks that would be difficult or would be slow to make yourself. Like the HTTP server. If you want to implement an HTTP server that has a request response handler, like the Express framework has, then you would have to write a lot of code. But somebody did that for us, and then they just made it into a framework that gives us an entry into that world of programming, which is easier for us as programmers to do. So we don't have to make a lot of code ourselves. We can just import a framework and use that instead of writing it by hand ourselves. That's the idea of frameworks. It's the same with stuff like Bootstrap. I don't know if you've ever tried Bootstrap or heard of it, but that was meant to make it easier for us front-end developers to create responsive sites easier. Baki asks, so is it a service? So it's a service that have already been made. That's exactly what it is. Express, for example, is a framework that I'm about to use for the server that I'm making. And that's something other people already made. Axios is a framework for sending requests to servers also. So yeah, it's a service other people made, and it makes my life easier. I hope that answers. Libraries. There's Super Zero says some languages call them libraries, and I think in when we're talking about JavaScript, we would make a distinction between libraries and frameworks, where libraries just gives us a few utilities or a lot of utilities. So I would probably say that Axios is a library which makes us able to send requests easily, and that's just tools to do that. But Express is a framework that you have to write in a certain way in order to make it function correctly. You can't just pick and choose from the framework. You have to use it in a specific way. Kumar says it is code already made, to be precise, but we call it service. Yeah. Library is invoked by you, framework invokes you. In Soviet Russia, the framework invokes you. That's not entirely wrong. There's some accuracy there. Definitely. Okay, where were we? I was going to try and instantiate or see if I can pick. Oh wait, that's what I'm supposed to do. I forgot something. I'm going to make a different folder available to the front end as well as the public folder. Where did I put it? Over here. Okay, public folder is going to be. Oh, I can't do that on my computer. That's annoying. Copy. I'm going to make. I don't know if somebody is going to scream out there, but I'm actually going to expose node modules. Or maybe just socketio. Probably just socketio. Yeah. Super Zero says, yeah, like Python Flask, it's imported as a library, but in order to use it, you have to adapt your code to the framework. Exactly. You have to write your code in a very specific way that the framework has decided for you. So the people who made the framework decided you have to use it this way or it won't work. Baki asks, have you studied anything about programming? I haven't actually. I'm self-taught, but I am teaching today at a Danish college. At you probably know it. It's Roskilde Tekniske Skole, a tech college in Denmark, where I teach web development. And actually, one of my old students is in the chat, Lille Larsen. He's one of my old students. Former students. He's not that old. How did I learn programming? I started programming when I was a little girl named Judy, back in the late 80s, something like 89 probably. I had my very first foray into programming. And that was because I had gotten a Commodore 64 home computer with the Macintosh period. Pretty much, but I didn't have a Macintosh. I had a Commodore 64 with a tape station, how do you say that in English? A cassette station, not the disc station, but a cassette. So I had to rewind the tape every time that I wanted to play a game. But I was like, I'm playing this game. It was probably some stupid platform game, but I was like, I keep losing this game. It's too difficult. I want more lives. So I had to go into the code and then figure out where does it say that I have 3 lives and where is it that it says that I lose a life every time I die, and then change the code so I would have like 3,000 lives to begin with, and then I wouldn't lose a life whenever I died or whatever. And that was my first foray into programming. That was basically hacking a game. And the language we used back then on the Commodore 64 was the C64 assembler. Was it called? Yeah, assembler. Then I got an Amiga, Commodore Amiga computer, which had Commodore Basic as the chat program, and that's where I really started to program. I started making my own stuff on it. Little text-based games like those choose your own adventure books. I made that, but for the computer. So I learned a lot about the whole logic of programming, and that was just by reading a few books from the library. I don't know if you know this, but a library is today it's a not very well known thing. It's a tall building with and you go inside, and they have on these shelves they have these things called books that you can open up and read stuff in. It's like a analog iPad. So that was pretty much how I learned it. Kumar says, "You have so much experience." Well, I've been here a lot of years in this world, so I've had the time to learn how to do all these things. Baki, what would you say is better, to see tutorials or read books about programming? I would say the very best thing you can do is get past the tutorials. Tutorials are fine. Books are good for understanding more general principles about programming, and you could understand those principles by reading books that doesn't necessarily deal with the languages you're interested in, because a lot of the principles are the same. So if you want to learn about the general principles, read a book about it. That's a good thing. If you want to learn how to do something, watch some tutorials or read some tutorials. But you need to get out of Kumar just called it tutorial purgatory. I like that term. I'm going to use that term, tutorial purgatory. And getting out of that purgatory, that's the whole deal, because you need to get to the point where you're just building stuff, because that's where you really learn. You don't learn much from watching a tutorial. You learn way more by implementing what you learned in something that's actually real. Some small thing, like Kumar, he made this. I'm just going to plug your package review for a moment. .dev, isn't it? Packagereview.dev. This is Kumar's website where you can review npm packages. And that's stuff he just built, and you need to start. Sorry, screen. Sorry. Packagereview.dev, which Kumar made. And that's the site where you can search for packages. Let's see if there's anything good on here. Oh, Rainbow Lock. There we go. I wonder who made that. Does it have any reviews? I need to sign in with GitHub. Am I signed in? Oh, here we go. Okay. Rainbow Lock. Can I? Oh, okay, that links right to it. How do I? Oh, I rate it here possibly, or do I need to like rate it? How do I rate it? There's 0 stargazers. There's 1 fork. Help others reviewing. I think I already have. This is absolutely 3 stars worthy. Or maybe it's just me who's old and I don't understand you young people with your fancy UIs. That's okay. But like this is a nice site. Do I need to write? Yeah, okay, I need to post, so I need to write. This is the best library ever. and then that has 5 stars. Fantastic. But people need to instead of just keep watching tutorials, keep doing like code camps or challenges and stuff like that. Which those are all fine. It's a good resource for learning, but you only become good at something or great at something if you practice implementing into something real. So you have to do those sort of things. Otherwise, you're never going to move anywhere. I hope that answered your question, Chatterbox. There it is. Baggy said, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I cannot speak English today. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. I'm going to have some tea. Okay. Handle socket connection and then okay. I'm just reading through an old thing I made where I used socketio together with Express just to wrap my brain around how was it that I did this thing, and I'm interested in my index. Did I like import a script somewhere in the IO script? Did I do that somewhere? Probably did. Here we go. Okay, socketio. How? Okay. But don't I need to make it available first? Let's see if console doesn't complain, and we've put it in here. Okay, then it's available. That's probably because of this constant up here. So I'm going to didn't I need to? Yeah, okay, I need to also make a socket from the IO object that I get from up here. Okay, I can do that. Kumar asks, what is the difference between socketio and Websockets? Well, socketio is just a library that implements Websockets. So there's not really any difference. It's just one abstraction layer higher, so it's easier to use. That's basically it. I could write it using just WebSockets through the Node API, but you know, just like with Express, it's just easier to use a library. So let's see what we've got here. Console.log socket. Okay. Connected, disconnected, ID. Do we have some events somewhere? Subs. Destroy. No, that's not. X. Connected, disconnected. Nope. I created Floofendorf. Floofendorf is the bot that you see down here. Which is this is Floofendorf, the code here that I'm working on. That is Floofendorf. That's my bot, and that's the code that you see here. And I'm trying to use my bot to get those chat overlays that I want to get in on my stream. Cool name. Well, I don't know. It's a bit silly, isn't it? Once you're being scolded by Floofendorf for spamming the chat, then you're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I don't need this, but I'm going to handle the connection up here. So handle socket connection. Yeah, let's just do that. And that's going to be sent with it, isn't it? I think I missed that. No. Super Serious says, no need to develop implementations from the ground up every time. If you just need to make web calls, use a library. Using a library can save you a lot of time. I wholeheartedly agree. There's no need to, well, when you're learning, it's no loss to try and implement everything from the ground up, because then you get an understanding of how things work. But once you've got the hang of that, use a library. Use the frameworks, anything that helps you, especially if you're working for a company and you have a deadline for things. Then you don't have the time to write everything from the ground up every time. So you just got to use the tools that the ecosystem gives us. And the NPM ecosystem, there's a lot of things out there that are really great that you can use. Right. Handle socket connection. I'm just gonna put it down here. Oh, oops. $1.3 million packages on NPM. I actually thought that was more, but okay. That's still a lot. And some of them are just stupid. But there are a lot of good things out there. React, JS, Vue.js, AngularJS, Next, Preact, all those things. React Native stuff is all hosted on NPM. And those are the really big things. So yeah, definitely. Oh, you read it on their website. Okay. Handle socket connection. What do we need it to do? I'm just going to copy some stuff from my old thing here. Socket on message. Do we socket on user join? Those are all the events that are okay. So message is like the standard thing. Wait, okay, that was the front end. I need to see the back end. Where is it? There. Socket on. Oh, okay. Connection. Oh, that's how it works. I know what I need to do now. Super Serious says, true, knowing how to work with the libraries, how the libraries work on the low level, gives you a much better understanding. Imagine having to read an Excel spreadsheet without using a library. That's going to take a whole day of programming. Use a library takes like 2 minutes. Absolutely. Oh, I don't have a touch bar. I just have my keyboard and mouse, but sure, I can zoom in a bit. I hope this is better. This is just old code that I have that I'm just rummaging through it to see if I can figure out how I'm going to implement this thing. So we are going to, first of all, just tell if a user. I don't have a mouse pad either. I have like a mouse, regular old mouse, like a gamer. see if we can get it to to react to something. No, I needed to say a user has joined, a user joined down here in my console. Maybe I need to actually connect up here somehow. It's been ages since I worked with this, so bear with me. I'm going to feel my way through it. It is not any of those. No. Oh wait, emit user join, and that's the one that we can back over here. No, over here. Oh, that's a good idea, Stefan. Stefan says you can make a command like hardware where we can see your setup. My setup is a bit overdone, I think, right now. I can talk a bit about it. I don't mind. I've got like 3 monitors here where I can, because I'm lazy, I want to have, like, if I'm playing a game, I want to play the game and I want to have a movie running on one screen and I want to have tutorials for the game on the third screen. That's basically why I have 3 screens. Then I have my my mic, which is a proper mic. It's the Rode NT1. I can just lift it up so you can see it. That's a real studio mic. It's not a USB mic. It's an actual mic, condenser microphone. It's really good. And then I have a Behringer Kenix USB preamp where I can turn up all sorts of different things. There's an equalizer and stuff on it. What's the cost of the microphone? Ooh, it's not cheap. I can look it up. Let's see, Rode.com. Don't know if there's B&H photo video. That's probably that's a Danish site, isn't it? $270. Yeah, not the cheapest mic, but it is really good. Let me just see that. Super Serious suggests this link. What does it do? System information, OS information library. Yeah, but probably something more like the equipment that I'm also using for streaming. Like I was just saying that I have a mouse instead of a touchpad or mouse pad, so people know what I'm using for streaming. But also the system, the system I'm streaming on here is just Windows 10. And I actually don't remember what my computer is, but it's not the worst computer ever. It's an okay computer. I play games on it sometimes, and it's good for games. So it can. There's a TI 1080 graphics card in it. That's the only thing I remember. I have no idea what CPU it is. The camera I'm using is a Canon, neither Fortnite or PUBG, neither of them. I've played a bit of PlayerUnknown, but it's not really my kind of game. I'm more into survival games like Valorant. I've been wanting to look a bit into it. Valorant, it looks really interesting. It's like a mix between PlayerUnknown and Overwatch, kind of. That's what I felt from watching any YouTube stuff about it. Am I right about that? Have you played Valorant? think that's what it feels like for me anyway. Clash Royale. Yeah. But for teams. Kind of like Overwatch. CSGO and Overwatch, yeah. That's the feel I got too. Something like that. And it looked interesting, but it's not really my kind of game. I think they're fun to play. It's not something that I want to spend a lot of time on. I'm more into survival games. Something like I've played a lot of Ark. Ark Survival and what is it called? Survival Evolved. I played a lot of that. That's more my kind of game. I just like to be creative with some building and go kill some dinos. That's my jam. I was talking about the camera. The camera is a Canon. I'm just reading. Canon EOS 80D. 80D. It's this one has a USB get device list. Okay. Tesla node USB. Looks interesting. I'm just gonna start it. Then I can return to it. Library for communicating with. It has a refactor and you can get. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting. Thanks for that, Super Zero. Kumar says he created many 2D arcade games on in JavaScript, hosted on with Koji. I don't know Koji, but okay. Sounds cool. I haven't really made a lot of games in my time. More on in my Amiga days, I made games. I even tried a bit of graphics stuff, but on Amiga it's a bit of a bother. So I gave that up, and then I got a Windows computer, Windows 3.11, and then I started doing actual programming and web development. But that's cool. Where were we? I want my computer, my server here to react to actually connecting from the front end. Not exactly sure if I'm doing it right. Kumar, I got paid for it. Well, kudos. Getting paid for programming, that's the goal, isn't it? That's what we all want to do. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Now you're going to see my internet history. There we go. I have nothing to hide. Okay. IO on connection, handle socket connection. Wasn't that what it is? Handle socket connection. Do I even need like a, yeah, I do, okay. Well, can I have a Discord community? Would be fun. Yeah, we could do that. Create a Discord community. I don't know if people are interested in that. That would be a fun thing to do. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. Discord. That's something we could do. What should we call it then? Oh, it's open over there. Ah, it's slow. Let us just see here. I'm already in the fun function stuff. Brian class. I read that as brain class. That could be a thing. Add a server. Create a server. The Brian's server. What should we call it? Brian Chats. Create. Ooh, can I get like a... that's my girlfriend, by the way. How? Oh, use the copy button. Duh. The fort was also a cool name. Yeah, that's my I'm just gonna send it over there. You can join there. I've got the mic on. That's not meant to happen, I think. Can I just join this one up here? Super Zero joined and Kumar joined. I'll set that up later. Maybe next time I will set up the chat here, the Discord chat. That's the thing for next time, I think. I don't know if you're hearing me in here. Can I just mute myself? Yeah, okay. There we go. How do I, this is so weird. How do I get away from the talk channel and up into, or is it just because I'm always there? Who the frick is Clyde? Press the disconnect button at the bottom. Oh, right. There. Of course. Thank you. Duh. Captain Plench. Press the disconnect button. Thank you for that. Who are you? Welcome to my stream. It's so good to have you. Where are you from? Who are you? Hi. We're just messing about with a bit, chatting and doing some non-important stuff. So you're welcome to join in and hang out with us. Who are you? Do I know you? If not, I want to. You have an agency in Copenhagen. Saw some recommendation. Oh, thank you. Then I think that was my old student, Stefan. Just wanted to stop by. Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing some, what agency? You can plug your agency if you want to. That's okay. I don't mind you doing that in my chat. I'm fine with that. Maybe I even know it. Or if you don't want to, that's okay too, but I mean, you're welcome to. Okay, Oak Digital. You have a placeholder site. Should I open it then, or should I rather not? You can get the traffic for the SEO, sorry. Yeah, no worries. Okay, I'm just gonna. You can tell me when you've got it up for real and running. Then I'd love to have a look at it. I love to see how creative people can get with their agency websites. It's a really cool thing. I've seen a lot of really creative things lately going on the front end scene. So I'm really excited about seeing what new people do. That's a nice landing page. Okay, I'm just gonna open it then. If Kumar says like that. Okay, Oak Digital placeholder. No, people. Oh, we exist to give. I'm just gonna do that from the start. Passionate people impact. We exist to give passionate people a chance to impact the digital world. That's ooh, I like that. That's cool. The circle moves. That is really cool. And if you just got your information down here, this could just be it. You don't need anything other than that. It could just be this and nothing else. This is nice. Yeah, definitely. I love this effect. What would be really cool would be if you had like what's it called? A mask clip path thing going on with the text and the yellow circle. So when you move it around, the text changes color exactly where the circle is. So like it would only be half the W that would have a different color and stuff like here. Yeah, a mask clipping sort of thing. That would be really cool. But it's already a great site. We just have a placeholder site. This looks really cool. I love it. My page is boring compared to that. I don't have a lot of imagination when it comes to making my own website. So my own websites are like super boring. This is the back end, and I need to make the front end do stuff here. Oh, wait. Okay. So it is connecting, actually. It says so right here. Oh, wait, you can't see that. I've got like an error up here. Connection to my backend server, socketio stuff, WebSocket. Disconnected, so stuff is happening, which is what I wanted. I just also wanted, oh, now I've got a lot of windows open. Here we go. I just want this thing to react whenever somebody connects or I connect out here, and that's what isn't happening. I'm not seeing anything down here. That's a bit of a bother. That annoys me. Why doesn't it do that? Maybe I'm just gonna experiment with some stuff here. Kumar says I'm bad at design. Yeah, I'm not the best at design. I do like doing some design stuff, but I'm not the best at it either. It's fun to do though. Why can I not make this work? Captain Plenge says I'm playing around with the new front end. Let me see if I can dig it out. There's a huge difference. Kumar says, I mean, I can do good CSS, but designing is what I suck at. Yeah. Okay, Super Zero. Thanks for hanging around. Take care. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you again. Like the imagination part. Yeah, that's the thing. Where do we take care, mate? Where do we get our inspiration? Maybe that's something I can talk about in a different stream another day. How to get inspired for designs and just cool stuff when you're a programmer, not a designer, but you want to make something cool that looks cool too. That could be something. Yeah, Pinterest is one of my go-to places too. Yeah, I've not really done CodePen though, and Dribble. Mostly Chrome extension by Envision for inspiration. Oh, okay, yeah, for people who put stuff up on the Envision app. Absolutely, that's a great, and also yeah, Behance, that's for the Adobe. So basically, what you're talking about is the Adobe equivalent. For Envision. I suppose that's a good place too. Definitely. The guy in the apartment below me, who lives under me, just started singing, so I don't know if you hear it, but if you hear weird sounds, that's him singing. That happens. It's just everything out there. You get a major feed with just what you want: development, design, UX, etc. And you can probably search in it or filter it, I guess. That's a good advice. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get some stuff done here. I'm annoyed because it is supposed to be that the socketio listens for connection and then handles socket connection, and that one just says a user joined. So it's supposed to trigger this function whenever somebody joins or opens the page over here. But that doesn't happen. That annoys me. Nothing happens, and we don't get anything in the chat down here. Ooh, I forgot my pointer focus. There. Now you can see what I'm doing. That's easier. Maybe I need to actually do something with it. I don't know if this is a thing that I can do. I'm just gonna check. Oh, is it very small? I'm not using a Mac. It's a computer. We don't have a command key. So it's control, and then I zoom in with my mouse wheel, like so. I hope that's better. Probably you can see it now. Then stuff is going to get hidden behind the camera up here, but yeah. Okay. I wanted to check out my front over here at the chat app that I made. You're welcome. Join form. Do I need to emit something before it happens, or what? Can I just listen for events or something? Socket on message, function message. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I'm just testing stuff. IO on is not a function. Okay. That is a problem, I suppose. Where do we get... Oh, socket, of course. That's what we called it. Duh. There we go. Nope, wrong page. Nothing. I am fairly annoyed right now. Still waiting for this message to show up here. Handle socket connection. I don't need to instantiate it, do I? Can I just reference it? I'm gonna try. Okay, that was it. Dope. I blame you entirely. I blame everybody in chat for distracting me. Let us have a look at what else we can do now. We've got the thing over here, knowing about it. Now the backend is aware of the disconnected front end. So this is just a pure front end. That's okay, Kumar. Front end is just a pure front end application. There's just some HTML, some CSS, and a bit of, there isn't even CSS, but a bit of JavaScript. And the backend is entirely disconnected, but the socketio WebSocket stuff is connecting the front end and the back end with WebSockets, obviously. So now I need to make my front end record or accept messages that come in from my chatbot. And where did I do that? I do that up here somewhere. Here. Don't I just console log it somewhere? Or maybe, where's the message? The message is there, and then tags username. Those are the two things I want to use. Kumar requested a joke. You know that cemetery. Do you know that cemetery up the road? People are dying to get in there. No, that's I don't know. Oh God, I can has dad joke. That was a real dad joke. That was terrible. So I need to check for messages, which I do up here, and then possibly, I might be able to do some emitting or something like that up here. Maybe I can say, got a message, then I'm gonna emit it. Okay. Okay. IO emit message, and then the message itself, or maybe I should emit like an object, and then user is tags.username and the message itself. See what's gonna happen here. I'm not exactly sure if this works. Oops, there we go. Then I need to accept it on the front end so we can do some console logging. Didn't I do that? Console log. Okay. So, say something in chat. We'll see if it shows up in my console over here. Oh, it's there. Fantastic. Kumar says, hi. This is something. It shows up in my front end now. So now I can use some simple DOM manipulation to get my messages to show here. And that's the whole point. It worked. Yay! All right, let's make some container. And we're just gonna be quick and dirty. I'm gonna style it later. Put in a, oh wait, the container doesn't need to include these things. I'm just gonna use a template. Yeah, I'm gonna make a template. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I could do that, but that's document.getElementById in a HTML message. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm gonna. That was the next step if I was teaching it, but that's not what we're doing here. I want to make like I want to make it proper. So the template is going to be a div message, and that's going to have a p tag, which is username, and then it is going to have a p tag, which is message. Oh, we can't do that. There. I'm good at React, not at browser JavaScript. Well, React is browser JavaScript. I've got a template here, and I'm just gonna clone that every time I get a new message and append it to container. So down here, we're going to say, ooh, my foot is itching. That's not what I'm gonna say, but yeah. We're gonna get the template const template equals document get element by ID, and that's chat box. Yeah, what did I call? Oh, I called that container. Okay, and then we're gonna clone. No, content. Clone node. True. And we get all the different, what do we call them? All the attributes. All right. So the template is now, the template constant here is this thing. So I want to do some stuff to the username and the message. I want to see template query selector dot username. Yeah, username. Inner text equals message dot username, and template query selector. Was it message? Okay, that's a bit silly. Message. Right. Oops. Template. Wow. Template. There we go. Okay, and then I want to append the template to the container. So document query selector. I've been at work all day today, and my computer that I use for work is this tiny little laptop that I'm really happy about. But it's so tiny, and the keyboard is so tiny. And then I get home and I want to do the stream, and I get my big full layout keyboard, which has way bigger keys, and now I cannot type on it. So I'm gonna make a lot of typos. Let's see if something works here. Try and say something in chat, please. Let's see if it works. Why is that undefined? But yeah, something worked. Why is that undefined? Wasn't it username? Yo world, and that's also undefined. Okay, something. Hello, honey bunny. Undefined is saying a lot of things in chat lately, but let's see if we cannot make it a bit more. What can we do? I think I need to check out the object again. Wasn't it username? I thought it was username. Can you say something now? I am something. Okay. User. Oh, that's why. There we go. All right. I'm out of words. Okay. Now it should be working. It's working. It's working. I think that's from Paladins. Okay, now we can style it. Let's just do that. Clone node is just copying the whole template. Yeah, that's what you do. The contents of the template. I can show it again over here. I've got my template tag here, and then I've got like a div inside and the two p tags. And I set content clone node and then true. True makes it, the way I remember it, it makes it, no, it's not map, it's a copy. It's like it's a clone. It's not really map, because we're not iterating anything. So that's not really what's happening. But basically we're looking at the template here, document get element by ID. Then I look at the contents of that, and then I clone whatever nodes, HTML DOM nodes, which are inside it. I just clone it and save it in that variable template. And then I can use that to look at what's inside it. And there's the username and message stuff. So that's what's happening. And then, so you don't have to do document create element and then append all the elements to a container element. Did you also create it and do stuff like that? You can just clone something that you're going to use again and again. It's an easier way of writing your code, and it's just performance wise and writing it is just easier. Okay. We're gonna style it, so I'm just gonna link in over here, CSS, and then we're gonna get the style CSS, and over here, how should we make it look? Maybe if I make the background body, body background color, I'm just gonna make a nice gray background color, because that's not HSL. There. Okay, because now we can see what we're doing. Then we have, what was it called? Single message, username and message. Okay, so the container was called single message. Yeah, background is one of those, you can do more stuff in background than just background color. If I only need to tamper with background color, the browser is going to understand this faster than background. So it's also a slight performance. It's like 0.0000 milliseconds or something you're going to get from it, but whatever. Both work. Let's do a fun edge to this. I did a code pen a while back with some fun variations of edges, and I'm just gonna see if I can find it. This one. Yeah, we're gonna do something like this. This looks cool. How's that achieved? Okay, we're gonna do bangers. I really like this font. I use it a lot for different things. It's even on my website. It's just a Google font that's named bangers. Okay. Just gonna copy. I think I have it installed. Otherwise, let's just import it. Just because. There. Okay. I think I need a background color. Let's just gonna leave it white. Yeah, it looks like comics. That's what I wanted to do. I want to do something that looks a bit like a comic. Can we write something again? Ooh, okay, that's a bit too big, but we're getting there. This is definitely what I want. Something like this as an overlay in... oh, wow, okay, it's way too big. How can we make this dynamic? Let's see. There's a height. Maybe I should do like a minimum height of 420 pixels. That's way too much. Gonna make it 3 lines. How's that? That's a bit better. Still a bit too big though. Wait, did I zoom in? Yeah, it's zoomed in. Okay. This is this. Okay, that's better. That's a lot better. Okay, let's do something with the names. The text here is probably good enough size. Now that's too small. This is like 100%. Now I'm not zoomed in or out. But the name is probably okay, but then we can do the body of the message bigger. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. So that's the one called message. Font size. Half a time as big. That's a bit better, I think. It's smushed together. Yeah, I could do some letter spacing for it probably to make it millisecond gap. What's the the gaps between it, or the name is smushed together. Yeah. Let's see what we can do about that. Username. Letter spacing. What should we do here? Maybe like a 0.3 em. I'm not sure what the standard for this font is, so this is going to be like, I'm just going to try. Say something. Write stuff in chat. Do it. Do it now. Let's see. Okay, that was a bit too much probably. Or is it? Like for the name, is that okay? Or are we not happy with the sizes yet? Should we do something more? Typography is important after Oscars 2017. What movie are you? I don't really follow the Academy Awards. What movie are you referencing here? Name should be black, background white, text. Oh, they read out the wrong movie winner. Oh yeah, that's right. If you can't read what it's saying, then what's the point? Because font was small. Let's see. I'm not sure what you're talking about here. Black background, white text for just for the name. Instead of moonlight, they said La La Land. Yeah, I remember. I remember now. I saw something about that. Stefan, you just meant like for the name, it should be flipped. The colors should be flipped. I could probably do something like, oh, you said something more. Let's just, now we have, yeah, okay. Let's see, how can we do that? I would probably need, maybe, do we have some, there's some padding here. That's a lot of padding. Kumar wrote about this on Twitter today. How do you remember when you do those paddings or margins where you only have 2 values? Wasn't that today you wrote about that? we could create a grid of those boxes. Yeah, clockwise direction. I know, and that's the way I remember. It's like top, left, bottom, but then okay, it's top, and so it's vertical, horizontally. So I don't want, this is a bit too much. I'm just gonna turn that down to like 0.8, and then left right is probably okay there where it is. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. That's a little better. The top side, sides, we can create a grid of those boxes. Oh, for this part, do you mean for this? Like, I'm not sure. Oh, in the template. Let's check the template. So I need like a container around the username, and then, or, oh, I get your meaning now. Okay, I think I get your meaning. We just do like this, display grid. Oops. And then you meant like Pinterest. Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of like those cards. Pinterest has a really interesting way of doing that, and if you haven't, then you should check out. Jen Simmons did a demonstration of how you can do that with Grid and Flexbox. So definitely find it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's part of her Layout Land video series where she talks about Grid and Flexbox. That's a really, Masonry.js does it for you, but that's true. But you can do it with just Grid and CSS and Grid and Flexbox. You don't need anything else but that. Do Flufendorf, does he appear here? No, he doesn't. Okay, that's good. I don't want Flufendorf's comments to show up here, so that's good. Maybe we should make it like a bit wider so it has room for longer sentences, but then I have to do some stuff with the border radius down here. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Or it is a bug, but it's also a feature. I don't know. Maybe let's just do it 600. Yeah, that leaves some room for more. I like that better. That looks better when it appears. Like you can compare it to like what I'm seeing here is on my Twitch stream here. This chat down here is what we're seeing now, and this is the size of the actual thing. So actually it's probably a bit too high, a bit too tall, but I can deal with that with some margin stuff. We're just gonna do this. Okay, we're getting very close now. Now I just need to fix the edges, and then we almost have, oh, I can remove the title as well. That one. Away we go. Let's see if it gets in grid. Oh, but it does. I already did display grid, so we can check it out over here in the inspector. I'm just going to switch this off for a moment. And you can actually see the grid that I created when you hover. That's a cool thing about Firefox. That allows you to inspect the grid. Like that. Okay. Oh, and Baki is following me. Thanks for the follow. Oh, wait, are you still here? Or did you leave? Name needs some form of contrast. Maybe just a different color, just to make it stand out a bit, so we can see it a bit clearer. Maybe we can do some color magic for it. Black and white is like that's like extreme contrast. Let's see. Where did I put it even? Oh, wait, down here. 0.3 is perhaps a bit much. I'm just going to do that, and then color. Let's just try. This is not going to be very good, but I'm not 100% happy about that. I don't know. Perhaps. It's pretty clear on my screen. If this was the video in full screen, then I would be able to read what it says, but I don't know about you guys. Maybe just slightly bigger for both the name and the text. So username, font size. Oops, I need to reload. That's a bit bigger. Don't know if this is better. It's okay, but not great. Yeah, I can always tweak it. I just want to fix the edges down here at the top and bottom corners. Those aren't perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. So let's see, what can we do? I probably need to go away. Maybe some we can do some 10% and some 11%. What's that gonna do for the thing? I need to reload. SVG would make it look good. SVG for what, Kumar? Just because I'm curious. Okay, that was not what I wanted. SVG like boxes and stuff at corners. Oh yeah, but that's what I'm doing with this border trick here. I'm trying to make fancy borders like this, basically. So I'm trying to keep it as low level as possible, or as low tech as possible. How's this? Okay, that's just worse. I think it's like there's no edge at all right here. You can sort of see it down here, but okay. I don't even remember how I did this thing. What if we make it bigger? Okay, what if we say like 100%? What's that gonna do? I am just completely guessing now. That's a big part of programming, just guess. Okay, that brought a bit more of that back. Next up, emojis. Yeah, let's make it possible to, maybe we should like, what about those emojis? We should be able to import those emojis and just replace them for keywords. That would be fun. That's a later iteration, I think. Let's test if we can actually get this overlay to work on the chat, on the stream. That could be a fun thing to end with, because it's 10 minutes left. So let's just do that. I'm just gonna go over to my own. Oh wait, the camera stopped. Why did the camera stop? There we go. Wow. Oh yeah, okay, you can just paste in emotes, of course. Okay, camera, deactivate, activate. Here we go. Okay, we're back. Veloter followed me. Veloter, why did camera stop? I don't know. It's something that happens with the cam link, Elgato cam link. It just does that sometimes. I don't know why. So I just have to jump into my stream manager and deactivate the camera and activate it again, and then it works fine. It's just weird. It doesn't happen often. Let us see if it prints emojis. Oh, but you just did that. But I wanna put the overlay into this stream here. So I'm just gonna do browser source, add a source, and then add a new source. Oh, let me just pull it over here so you can see what I'm doing. No, wait, you can't. Never mind. No, you can't see the screen, but that's because I want to put an overlay on this screen here. Chat box, let's just call it that, and then add and HTTP localhost 4444, and let's make it the full height and 800 pixels. Okay. I think actually this is, you should write something now. Let's see what happens. There we go. Holy crap, it works. We made an overlay. Well, you're expert about streams. Well, no, I'm not. I've just been streaming for, this is like the 4th stream. I think this is the 4th stream. I'm not really an expert about it. Well, I did do, and Stefan will be able to remember this. Every class that I teach, I also do. Let's see, how do you do overlay? Well, in the streaming program, you can put in sources for different things as an overlay, and one of the sources you can add in OBS and the likes is a browser source. So this is basically just this that you're seeing here. This is just a browser source. So I'm just pulling a browser into the stream, and then whatever I made, you can see in the corner, right there. So it's basically, it's just the chat over here. This page, the address to this page is just what I put into my program, and then you can see all the things. Well, now it went away. Maybe I should. Does it restart? Shut down when not visible. I don't want that to happen. Okay, should be working now. Why don't we see the gray color? That's because when we put in a browser source as the overlay, then yeah, I'm going to reverse that, Stefan. When we put in a browser source, then it's going to ignore the body background. So if you want to actually have a background for the entire overlay, then you need to create a container and give that a background. That won't be ignored, but the body background will be ignored. That's transparent. That's just how OBS works with it. So yeah. Oh yeah, but I can move it around. I can do something like this. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then I'm just gonna remove the old one. Now we can see the chat like that. This is a bit better, isn't it? Much better. Then the next thing I need to do is, because behind it there's like this where is it? Right here, the thing up here. Ooh, this is difficult pointing. There it is. The follow tracker. I want that to be to be something special, also something that pops in from the side and says "ta-da" or something, whatever. So it's kind of an event whenever somebody follows. That's a bit more exciting to look at instead of just this stuff up here. But anyway, Velota, thank you for following me. I don't think you've said hello in chat. If you're still here, then go ahead and do that. But yeah, this is this was basically what I wanted to do today, so that we have a bit more fun with the chat that I'm showing you in these streams. And I think I pretty much achieved it. No margin between. Yeah, it needs a bit of margin between them, I think. I think you're right. It does. I'm gonna fix that. Thanks to you, I know the power of Twitch and what OBS can do. Well, there's a lot of this is not just this is basically OBS, what OBS does. You can do this on YouTube as well. YouTube has a chat interface access that you can work with too, but the whole thing about the TMI thing that I made. Where is it? Over here. Well, I didn't make TMI, but I used it. This package here is the one that will allow me to listen in on chat messages from the Twitch chat. So, yeah. And that's the one that makes us able to request a joke. Because we want to hear one. Want to hear a joke about construction? Nah, I'm still working on it. Oh my god. Is there a library that supports both YouTube and Twitch? For the chat, I actually don't know. The TMI supports, as far as I know, there's a 10-minute timeout on the joke, so you can't ask for another 10 minutes. Maybe I should set that to some. Oh, you can see, where is it? Joke. Was this was the joke? Oh, there's a 5-minute timeout here. For the chat, this TMI thing can handle IRC chats, and both Discord and Twitch are IRC, but I don't think YouTube is, so I'm not certain that you can. Oh, I know that you can't use TMI for YouTube, but I don't know if there's another library that will let you. Would be nice to know. I suppose that's why you asked. So yeah. Ooh, we still have the chat here. Oh, now we can't see the bottom. I have to do something about getting the top, or making it scroll the other way. I think Stefan is right. We need to do something about the bottom of the, where is it? The bottom here, that we can't see all the new messages. And I don't want to have to, oops, hide it. I don't want to have to go over here and just scroll it up or do stuff with it like that. But I'll figure that out. This was a fun chat. Lots of people chatting in the. You need to get it a bit to the right. A little bit, yeah. But I'll fix that. I'll manage that. But it is 7 o'clock. I've been on for 2 hours now. It's been really fun. There's lots of people. Oh yeah, so it doesn't. Or I can just stand to the right. Yeah. But I had a lot of fun. Lots of people chatting. was nice to see, and thank you, Stefan, for sharing a link in that group. If you're like my hype guy now, that's cool. So thank you very much for joining, and I will be back probably the same time next week. I will be back the same time next week because we still have to work. Wait, hang on, which date is it next week? Because I have some exams in... Ooh, Thursday is the 30th. I actually have exams there. It might be... depending on when I get home. Otherwise, I'm probably going to do it on Friday. I'm not sure yet, but I am going to do... Yeah, Thursday is the 30th, but I have an exam that day. I'm going to censor an exam that day, so I'm probably going to be home really late, and then I'm not going to be in any condition to do a stream, so it's probably not going to be Thursday. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Thursday. So I'm gonna figure out which day I can do this, and then I'm gonna write it on Twitter. And if you look below my stream here on Twitch, you can see there's like a schedule thing, and I'm gonna update that too, so you can take a look there and see when I am going to be streaming next. But I had a really fun time, and I'm going to get a bit of food in me, and I think I'm going to go for a run today. It's such a nice weather, so yeah. You take care, Kumar, and Stefan, thank you so much for joining. I will be back next week. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great time. Take care.